Alrighty, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode on the video on the Curly Fries BTD6 YouTube channel. But, you know, today I'm going to be doing the tier list again. However, I'm going to be ranking it differently from what I did last time. Last time I rated it on how much I liked it, how much I enjoyed it, and how much I thought it would be good. But now, you know, since I've seen all your guys' comments and all how my tier list rating is horrible, I decided that I'm going to redo it, but I'm going to base it on Odysseys, you know, end game, mid game, beginning game, like early game, boss events, race events, Odysseys. I said that a bunch of times. Just normal games, chimps, impoppable, apocalypse, everything you can think of, I'm going to be rating these monkeys on. So this is just like literally in all, is this monkey good? Is it S, A, B, C, or D tier? We're going to find out today. This is going to be an actual full-on list. There's going to be, you know, it's going to be all valid opinions, and I bet 100% that if you watch this and you hear what I have to say about these monkeys, you will agree with me. And the first monkey we are starting with is the Monkey Buccaneer. This is going to go in B tier just like I had it in my last video. Now, the Monkey Buccaneer is all around a very solid tower. It doesn't do anything that crazy, doesn't do anything that lame. You know, it makes money, okay? It makes money with the Trade Empire. Then it has a cool ability for the Pirate Lord so you can deal with DDTs, you know, Moabs, you know, ZOMGs. It's not a bad tower. And you also have the top path, which is also not bad. But it really is nothing special. You're never going for bottom path and, you know, probably impoppable. Chimps most definitely. You're not really going for it in a normal game. You're only going for it in like boss events. So the bottom path is an alright. It really makes the, you know, monkey good. You know, with the nerfs that I got on the Monkey Pirates and Pirate Lord, it's still a good ability that you can use, but you're really not going to be using it as much, you know, in end game. You know, mid game you'll be using it a lot. Boss events you're rarely using this. It's just, you know, an all around like pretty good cross path and, you know, ability, but it's nothing special. Along with the aircraft carrier flagship, which brings a lot of power to the team, which is why it's in B tier. You know, it's not a bad monkey, it is just an all-around average monkey. So B tier it is. Next we have the Sniper Monkey, and like I put the Sniper Monkey in my last tier list, it is going S tier. You cannot, like, the Sniper Monkey is just such a valuable tower in the game. Even if you're just playing something like Muddy Puddles and Poppable or Chimps, or you're playing Monkey Meadow easy, you will almost always have Sniper Monkeys down. There is literal strategies based off of the Geraldo Sniper combination. The Sniper Monkeys are such a good tower. First off, it has infinite range, and it already starts off with 2 damage. The Cripple Mob is extremely good for boss events and dealing with a lot of those balloons in the end game. Lead Sniper makes you quite a bit of money and good popping power, and the Elite Defender is one of the best, cheapest tier 5s in the game because it's only 13,000, which is absolutely insane. I don't want to talk about that much for every singular monkey, or this is going to be a long video. So the Sniper Monkey is an S tier because it just does everything it needs to, and it just does the job well. Next, we have the Monkey Sub, and the Monkey Sub is going to be our first difficult monkey to rate, in my opinion. There are a lot of factors that go into the Monkey Sub, and all 3 of its cross paths are completely different. As we know, we have the Submergent Support and the Plutonium Reactor, which is, you know, literally just a plain sub, except it can decamo balloons for Submergent Support. For Plutonium Reactor, lowers the ability cooldown rate for nearby monkey-based towers by 15%, and it pops balloons. And then the Energizer, you know, reduces ability cooldowns by 20% and increases heroes XP earn rate. This is a tower that you will always have during endgame. However, you don't really have it in any other case. You're never really going for an Energizer. Sometimes you go for it in boss events, but you're rarely going for it in race events. You do get Plutonium Reactor a lot in race events for its peers. However, it's nothing like the top path is kind of overrated in my opinion. Personally, all it does, in my opinion, is just, you know, give you 20% cooldown rate once you get the tier 5. Because when you're that late into the game, you're really focusing on abilities. The Plutonium Reactor Pierce doesn't really do anything. Then the middle path, which is one of the best abilities in the game, you know, the Preemptive Strike can take down a BAD, can take down ZOMGs, DDTs, anything you could imagine. Nothing much to say. But the Sub-Commander is a really weird one because to actually get the full, you know, power of the Sub Commander, you need to get multiple subs. So it's a very weird tier 5. But with all these factors considered, I personally think the Monkey Sub is an A tier monkey. It gets the job done well. Really good upgrades, really good cross path. It's a monkey that you will be getting a lot, especially near the end of Chimp's game. So it's an A tier. Next we have the Alchemist, and it's going in S tier, and it's literally for just one simple fact. Super short and sweet. It literally can buff other monkeys. That's completely it. You have it in the beginning maps, the end game maps, late game, early game, mid game. You have it in boss events, race events, Odysseys, everything you can imagine. The Alchemist will be there, so it's going to be 100% going into S best tier. Next we have the Druid, and as you guys know, I love the Druid, but I can't be biased in this episode. So this is another pretty difficult one to rate because there are a lot of strong things about it and a lot of weak things. So the Druid of the Jungle, you will literally see this in boss events. You'll see it in race events, guaranteed. A lot of you know, hard, difficult strategies, but you don't really see it ever go into Jungle's Bounty or Spirit of the Forest. You rarely ever see the top path at all, and the bottom path does have a whole strategy based off of it. However, it's kind of like you need to get 5 avatars of Wrath, and you need to get Oben. There's a lot of work that goes into it. It's a good monkey all around, but it gets the job done for early game. But, you know, a whole cross path is something that people rarely go for. You know, it's a good monkey, you will use it, but I think it's going in C tier because it really only has that one cross path and the whole strategy just, you know, kind of carrying it up from being from D. Next we have the Super Monkey, and this one, I'm trying to keep this, like, not my opinion, but I don't like the Super Monkey, and I can explain why. First off, it is the most expensive tower in the game by far, so you're rarely going for this in early game. You might be going for it in mid game for a Sun Avatar, and you will have a true Sun God, an anti-balloon, and a Legend of the Night guaranteed for end game and sometimes boss events. But it costs this much. It's literally like 2 million bucks if you want to get all tier 5s and a true Sun God with a support temple. It is a lot of money, so it's nothing you're not really going for, and you also need all the monkey knowledge for it. But as an all-around tower, it's a pretty good one. You know, the cost, I'm going to try to keep the cost out of it from now on in this, but like, it's a good popping tower, especially Dark Champion. Tech Terror isn't as good. I don't even really like the ability, and Sun Avatar is a very good tier 3, probably the best tier 3 in the game. Saving up for it is very hard too. I know I don't want to talk about money, but I mean, you have to say, the money is the only thing taking this guy down, and you're not going to get a tier 5 in Chimps. You might get one in a poppable. You're guaranteed to get one in a boss event and late game though, so that's really what's holding it up. Now my ranking for it is also going to be B because that price is just like such a heavy thing about it. You know, the reason it's not C because, you know, it costs so much is because you're using it in boss events and late game. It's an all-around very good monkey. It's just you're barely ever gonna get it into a normal game because of how much it costs. Next we have the Wizard Monkey, and from right off the top of my head, this guy is going A. The Wizard Monkey has very strong crosspath, and crosspath that you will be going for in boss events, end game, mid game, and especially early game in my opinion. The Necromancer Unpopped Army is a very cheap upgrade, and it is super duper strong along with the Dragon's Breath. The top path, I personally go for it a lot, but it's really not the best tier 5 if you're really considering everything. Costs quite a bit of money, and you know, it gets the job done, but there are other monkeys that can, oh, sorry for that Discord notification, did not mean for that to happen, but there are a lot of other monkeys that can get the job done better in my opinion. You're rarely ever going for Summon Phoenix or Wizard Lord Phoenix just because of the price, and the ability is so short, and it doesn't really do something to the actual monkey itself, just an ability. But the Necromancer Unpopped Army and the Prince of Darkness are very good towers. You know, I'm guaranteed to get a Prince of Darkness in a Chimps game. Maybe in a boss event. You will probably get one in a race event if you can afford for it just for all the Pierce. You'll get it mid game, it'll help you out with someone near the late game. Necromancer Unpopped Army and the Dragon's Breath for early game. It is a very good monkey, and it's like guaranteed to get the job done. This guy is, you can rely on him even with all the nerfs. So with all that, it's definitely going to be an A tier. Next, we have the Ninja Monkey, and if you guys know, the Ninja Monkey, I gave it a C last time, but we're not doing that just yet. Taking a look at the Ninja Monkey, you really don't see that many tier 5s that stick out. And in my opinion, the special part about the Ninja Monkey is personally its tier 4s, because the tier 5s are expensive, and you don't really go with them a lot. The Grandmaster Ninja, you need to get 20 other Shinobi Tactic Ninjas just to make it possible. Grand Saboteur, it's just a balloon sabotage except better, and it costs 20,000 bucks more. And the Master Bomber is literally the sticky bomb, except it costs 40,000 bucks more. And I'm also sorry for these Discord sounds. Alright, I just left the call, so there should be no more Discord sounds. However, the tier 4s is really what we're here for. The Balloon Jitsu shows 5 shurikens at once. Pair this with an Alchemist, you are chilling on early game and mid game. Carries you through early game with nothing. Even with the Moab, with all the balloons, such a good upgrade. The Balloon Sabotage is also a cheap and a very good upgrade as well. I mean, you'll see people using this, not in boss events, not in race events, but in almost every end game strategy for the difficult maps, you will see a Balloon Sabotage, especially for the muddy puddles. And the Sticky Bomb, you're going to be seeing this all in all the tier 1 boss events sometimes. It is a little outdated. I haven't seen that many people use it, you know. as recently as it did before, but it gets the job done, gets the Moab done, gets the BFBs done, an all-around good tier 4, and the tier 3s in my opinion are basically just irrelevant except for the Shinobi tactics. So with that, the Ninja Monkey is gonna stay in B tier because, you know, it's just a tier 4 monkey. It's not C tier. It's something that you will get, something that you don't need to get, but it'll help you if you get it. It's more on the better side of B tier, but I don't feel like it should be A because the tier 5s, in my opinion, really aren't the best, especially like you're never seeing a tier 5 Ninja Monkey in a boss or race event, or even a Ninja Monkey let alone there, except for early game. And this video is going really long, so I'm going to speed it up quite a bit. Just like with the banana farm, this guy is going in S tiers. Not a lot to explain. Literally, the only tower that can make a very good amount of bananas for you. You're seeing this in early game, mid game, late game, race events, boss events, everything you can imagine. That's why it is an S tier. Next, we have the spike factory, and this one is going to take me a while to explain, so I'm going to speed it up because there are a lot of factors. So Super Mine, Carpenter Spikes, and Permaspike. Permaspike, I'm literally using this every single Chimps game. Such a good tier 5. For the price and for the damage it does, it is so good. Deadly Spikes and all the upgrades below it are pretty mid, I'm not going to lie, but the Permaspike is just so good. Carpenter Spikes and Spike Storm are a very nice upgrade and ability because for me, I've raced like a lot of boss events and I did the Spike Storm strat. It is a very good strategy and one that I definitely recommend. It's one that's very fun using as well, so it's a very good, and the Carpenter Spikes is so good as well. Then you have the super mines, which obviously aren't going to be used at, basically at all. You know, in boss events, they're really not the most powerful. Not getting them in Chimps game. You are getting them in a poppable, in my opinion. They're not going to be there early, mid. They are going to be there late game, but they're a very fun upgrade. They're powerful. If you get it down, you are chilling. Very fun upgrade. Just one that you're not really going to get a lot. So, in my personal opinion, I think the Spike Factory goes C tier. You know, C tier, no, it's going B tier. I just don't want to fill up B tier too much, but it's an all-around good monkey. You know, you're using it for boss events, using it for mid-game, late game, all of that jazz. It's a pretty good monkey. Just once you get it to, like, the tier 4s. The tier 3s, yeah, they suck, except for Moab Shredder. Next, we got the basic Dart Monkey. Who can go wrong with this guy? The first monkey you get, and he does have some pretty good upgrades. I really enjoy the Sharpshooter and Crossbow Master. You'll see me getting these in boss events. I'm not talking about Paragons, okay? I'm not talking about Paragons for this video. Keeping all the Paragons out of it. But I am going to, you know, at least do one of the more special monkey knowledges. You get a free Dart Monkey and an extra Crossbow Master, which is very nice. It's not the most powerful. You shouldn't be using it for Chimps nor boss event, but it's a good early game and mid game tower that can help you out in the end game as well, just not as much. The middle path absolutely sucks. I don't want to base it on me, but I never go for this guy. I never see anyone else go for this guy. Just for the price he's at, he's not that powerful. You need to get multiple Super Monkey fan clubs. It's really not that good for the price it's at. And the Ultra Juggernaut is like the same thing, except on map specific. You know, you get this guy on Cornfield, you win the game. But you get this guy on Monkey Meadow, he's not doing that much work if you place him in a bad spot. Overall, I'm giving the Dart Monkey a C. You know, it's not D because it's really not that bad. You're going for him like boss event, you're going for him for everything, but let's be serious here. Like, if he wasn't in the game and he was replaced for like a free Boomerang monkey, it really wouldn't make a difference. You know, the Dart Monkey has good monkey knowledge points into it, but it all around just being a monkey itself, it isn't that good. But it's not D tier because it does help you out with things like the boss event. Next, we have the Engineer Monkey, and an Engineer Monkey is one that I regret choosing in my last episode, but I'll do a way better opinion. XXL Trap, not necessarily the best. You're not going for this monkey as much as, you know, people think you would. However, the Balloon Trap, you are getting this easily in the boss event. You're getting this easily in a early game and mid game. It's a very good tower, makes you a lot of money, pops the balloons, gets the job done. Overall, a very good upgrade, and you'll see a lot of people using this guy whenever we do the boss event. Next, we have the Overclock and the Ultra Boost. These guys, you're almost seeing them in... you probably can use them in race events, but I don't see them. But you're seeing them in boss events, 100% guarantee. Sometimes seeing Overclock in Chimps, but it's a very helpful upgrade. All around these two upgrades are so good. Permanently overclocking your monkeys and making them stronger is a very strong thing to have in BTD6. Overclock is a very good one, especially for banana farms. So you're going to see these guys used a lot, and they're very good. However, in the top path, you rarely see this guy, and he's not necessarily the most powerful. Sentry Champion, if you give him the right buffs, he will be unstoppable. However, without the buffs, he's really just a mid super monkey for 30,000 bucks. In my opinion, and I would assume for a lot of people else's, you're not really getting this guy in chimps. You're not really getting him in end game, not really early game, not really mid game, not for boss events, not for anything. In my opinion, the top path is not the best upgrade, but with the bottom path, when the bottom path and middle path carrying him, I think I have to give him a solid rank of B. Because, you know what, I actually think I'm moving him to A just because of the overclock. Like, that is such, like, the Alchemist buffs, Engineer Monkey buffs, that's why they're so high on the list. These buffs are so important. Speaking about buffs, the Monkey Village, it's going S tier. I'll explain to you guys really shortly. You have this guy early, mid game race events. You have this guy boss events. You have this guy everywhere you can see. Jungle Drums OP, Radar Scanner OP, Monkey Commerce OP, Homeland Defense OP, Primary Expertise very OP if you get the primary monkeys. Monkey City very good for farming, using it every single early game. This guy is literally just an S tier tower, and you cannot change my mind. Next, we have the Boomerang Monkey. Sorry, I just got some water. I'm a little bit not in the swing of things anymore, but let's rate the Boomerang Monkey. Now, the Boomerang Monkey, I don't see how people think it's a good tower except for the Moab. You know, we actually need to get Moab Press here. Yeah, there we go. You know, in my opinion, and for a lot of people's else's opinions, especially with the recent nerf, the Moab Press, Moab Domination, the Glaive Lord, Turbocharge, and Permacharge are literally the only upgrades that you should be going for on the Boomerang. Everything else is basically irrelevant, especially Glaive Ricochet, Moab Blaze. These guys are not as good as they used to be. Now, the Moab Press and the Moab Domination, for a cheap way to send back the Moabs, the Moab Press is there for you. You're seeing these in a lot of chimps games. You're not seeing them in boss events, I will admit, but you're seeing them in mid-game, end games. You know, you're seeing them with all that jazz. It's a very good upgrade that can take care of the Moab for you, especially when you get Moab Domination. This guy's Moabs are no more. Moabs, BFBs, ZOMGs are no longer a thing, unless you get to, like, super late game. But very good bottom path. Honestly, in my opinion, what really carries the Boomerang Monkey into a high rank on this list. Now, the Permacharge and Turbocharge, in my opinion, aren't the best. I'm not going for these guys. However, on some maps they can be pretty powerful. You know, they can definitely help you out with mid game and end game, and surprisingly the Turbocharge can help you quite a bit with boss events. However, not necessarily the best ability that we have seen today. Then we have the Glaive Lord, which is obviously a very good tower. It got it way cheaper in the recent updates, but it's still a pretty fun tower to have some fun with and, you know, actually enjoy. Really good way. It's just a super fun monkey to have as well. Just seeing the little glaive spin, you know, seeing a Moab get demolished, a BFB get demolished, ZOMG get demolished. A pretty good tier 5. But if we're really considering all these and the fact that all the upgrades below it are pretty bad, I hate putting so many monkeys in B tier, but I think the Boomerang Monkey goes in B tier. You know, the Moab Press is something you should 100% be getting, but, you know, the actual Moab Mauler, whatever it's called, the tier 5 is super duper expensive, and the other cross path on this guy are not the best. So B tier is where it's gonna be. Next, we have the Bomb Shooter, and I already off the top of my head, this guy is going D tier. Now, I didn't see anyone really get mad at this being before, and I can explain. Balloon Crush, for it being 50,000 bucks and, you know, still leaking ceramics, pink balloons, it's not a good tier 5 for the prices at. Now, Balloon Impact is a pretty good monkey you could get. You know, it's pretty cheap. It's only tier 4. It's one that you should definitely be getting, especially for all the work it does. But considering really everything, in my opinion, it's not necessarily worth it to get the Balloon Crush and Balloon Impact. Maybe Balloon Impact, but I rarely ever see it. Tell me when was the last time you've seen someone get the Balloon Impact. Next, we have the Moab Assassin, which is a very good ability. In my opinion, this is what really makes the Bomb Shooter the Bomb Shooter. When I think of the Bomb Shooter, I think of this guy because it can take down a Moab, help you take down a BFB and a ZOMG for a super duper cheap price. I'm rarely ever going for the Moab Eliminator because, in my opinion, it's not that big of a difference compared to the Moab Assassin. And then Recursive Cluster, you are always seeing this guy used in race events and boss events for balloon areas. I actually forgot about this guy. I forgot about the Recursive Cluster, but it's a honest to God very good upgrade, and you're like, without it, like, balloon areas would be so much harder. So the Bomb Shooter, you know, I was gonna give it D tier, but I'm actually gonna give it C tier now, but that's just because literally that is the only thing it's good for, and it's so specific when you want to use it. And I'm gonna speed these things up because I'm getting tired. I have school tomorrow and I need to shower, so I'm just gonna speed this up really quick. Okay, so the Glue Gunner. The Balloon Solver is a very good tier 5. It literally had to get a nerf last update wherever it spewed all those goos on the thing. I did a thing on this guy. Very good tier 5, especially for the price. Next, we have the Glue Storm and Glue Strike. Obviously, you're seeing these used in every single race event, every single boss event. It is a must-have if you're trying to beat the boss or anything like that. Then we have Moab Glue, which is literally used in every chimp strategy I can even think of in my head. Not necessarily used that much in race events and boss events, but in chimps and like normal games, the Moab Glue is super good, along with the Super Glue, which can like basically permanently stun balloons and like slow down all the like Moabs and everything like that so much. It's actually like a very good tower with the work it gets done. I'm putting it in A tier. Now I can't believe I put it in like C tier last time. This guy is so much better than I actually thought. Alright, next we have the Tack Shooter, and this one is a lot to talk about, but I really want to make it short. So, the Inferno Ring, very expensive tier 5, but it's a very good one at that. One of the best tier 5s in the game, in my opinion, for the work it gets done. Like, it's so good. Ring of Fire is also very good. Hot Shot's not that good, but, you know, it can get the job done because it can pop leads. But the Ring of Fire is a very good if you pair it with, like, Gwendolyn and, like, a Village and Alchemist. Very good one. Inferno Ring, you're not going to be going for as much, though, but I have seen it in some chimp strategies. In my opinion, and I think in a lot of people's else's opinions, the Super Maelstrom and the Blade Maelstrom just are really bad abilities. For the, you know, for the price, it obviously does make up for it for a bit, but you're not using this guy in boss events nor normal games, mostly just race events. So I'll put that into factors, but I can't remember the last time I used this guy that wasn't for a race event. Then we have the Overdrive and Tack Zone, which are super good. I mean, this is helping you through somewhat of the early game, but a lot of the mid game and late game. Tack Zone is so cheap. If you give it the right buffs, this thing is a powerhouse. It is like such a good tower that it has to go in B tier. So many B tiers that are going on today, but I hope you guys don't get too mad at me. Next, we have the Ice Monkey, and this one is going to be a brutal one because the only good thing about it is the embrittlement. You know, looking at all these upgrades, the Arctic Wind did get a nerf. It used to be very good. The Snowstorm, not good. Absolute Zero, not really that good, but it wouldn't be a tier 5 I would go for. Icicle Impale is pretty good, but it costs quite a bit. But, you know, you see it used in a lot of chimp strategies. Never in boss events, never in race events. But it's there to, you know, help you out with the ZOMGs, like round 98. Icicles, you never see it, okay? Really, in my opinion, just embrittlement is the only thing for the Ice Monkey why people would be getting it down constantly. Because you see it in normal games used all the time, and boss events used 100% of the time. You know, I'm putting all these factors into play, like how a normal person would use the Ice Monkey, and all I see them using it for is literally the embrittlement and sometimes the super brittle. So with that, literally, like, people did get mad at me last time, but let me explain. Like, when you're getting the Ice Monkey down, you are only getting embrittlement. That's why I'm going to put it in the C tier. However, it's not bad, but, like, it's literally just one upgrade on the Ice Monkey that makes it good. That is all I'm saying. That's why it's C tier. You know, we're looking at this all around. Like, just like everything for every single category. You can't, if you argue that it's B or A tier, I could really understand you because the embrittlement is so powerful. But like, let's just look at the Bomb Shooter. The Bomb Shooter just has a recursive cluster, that's good. The Dart Monkey only has the Monkey Knowledge, that's good. The Druid literally has like one upgrade that's like actually like accessible to play. Then like, let's just look up a little bit, you know. Let's say you wanted to put it in A tier, you know. The Ice Monkey, which is like, just think of it, is gonna have to deal with like a Wizard Monkey. The Wizard Monkey is gonna beat the Ice Monkey any single day of the week. So in my opinion, it's C tier, but I can most definitely see how, you know, some other people could look at it as B or A tier. Next, we have the Heli Pilot. So the Heli Pilot is a pretty weird monkey to use because it's very powerful, but I really don't see Comanche Commander getting used along with special populations, you know, in daily games. You know, you're not using it for boss events, race events, nor even a normal game. Like, you're never getting a support Chinook in game. You might be getting a Drown Draft, but you're never getting special populations or support Chinook. You know, I do see a lot of people go for Comanche Defense because it's a cheap, very good for a mid-game upgrade, but then you don't see them upgrade into Comanche Commander because it's not worth the money. Now, Apache Prime is very good for maps like Cornfield and Chimps all around, but boss events, race events, it's not that useful. It's a pretty, you know, decent monkey, I guess you could say. Like, I'm wiggling around here. Like, it's a decent monkey. But it's just the Apache Prime that carries it, in my opinion. And maybe downdrafted. Oh, I forgot about Moab Shop, okay? You guys got me there. I forgot Mob Shove was his thing, okay? You know, we're gonna end that conversation right there. Heli Pilot goes B tier. Gets the job done well. It can help you out in quite a few categories. Next, we have Thy Monkey Ace, and I like this tower a lot, and it's very useful, okay? So the never miss targeting, pair this with an Alchemist in Village, there's your early game, and mid-game completely set up. You know, upgrading the Spectre, well, there's your late mid-game and early late game completely done. Upgrading the Flying Fortress for ultra late game, you are completely set. You know, bottom path is very powerful, but you, in my opinion, you do need to put the right buffs on it. You know, if you don't put the right buffs on it, it will not be as powerful as it should be. Middle path is also a pretty weird one to talk on because not a lot of people use it. However, if you use it in this specific situation, it is extremely strong. Use it at the end of a BAD and, like, you know, the BAD's gone. Like, it's a very good upgrade if you know how to use it. Sky Shredder is a very good tier 5. However, like, the Operation Dartstorm should be a good tier, like monkey tier. I've been talking for like so long that I'm starting to stutter my words. But like, you never use it. You know, it should be a good one, but you never do use it unless you're going for the Sky Shredder. You know, you're not using it in boss events unless you're like trying to get the Ace Paragon, which, you know, I said I want to include Paragons, but that's like the only thing I can think of. You're not going for it in race events. However, you do go for the Monkey Ace bottom path in a lot of expert chips maps or impossible maps. So with that, I'm going to put it in another B tier. We're putting so many B tiers, but I think it's going to end off with the Mortar Monkey. So the Mortar Monkey, what do I have to say for this guy? Shattering Cells is the only good thing about him. Simple as I can say. Trash. Decently good, but it's very expensive. Shattering Shells, only good singular thing that this guy has. It's going C tier because it's just one monkey. However, I did realize, because someone commented on last time, that this tier list doesn't have the Dartling Gunner and also doesn't have the Beast Handler. So I'm going to be rating these right now. They're just not going to have a... Now, for the Dartling Gunner, it's a very good monkey. You're like literally 100% guaranteed getting the mad for tier 2 of the boss because it gets the job done so well. However, the Ray of Doom you are rarely going for. If you can afford it in a race event, which I doubt you can, you're getting it. But if not, you're not getting it at all. And you're not really touching it in a boss event, early game, mid game, late game. You're only really getting it for super late game. But the Balloon Exclusion Zone and the Balloon Area Denial system are very fun monkeys to use. The Balloon Area Denial is literally your mid-game and late-game completely set up. It's a very good monkey. However, the Balloon Exclusion Zone, more on the pricey side, and ISOP did do a video on this guy, and it's really not as powerful even with the buffs. But, you know, I'm still going to put in the fact that it's a fun tier 5 to get, and it's one that's, like, not really used that much, but it's still pretty good. So in my opinion, the Dartling Gunner would go A tier. You know, you can kind of look at it the same as the Ice Monkey where it helps out in the boss event. But like the Dartling Gunner helps out in the boss event like massively. If we didn't have the Dartling Gunner, there would be a whole, like the boss event would be completely different. So it's going in A tier. And lastly, Thy Beast Handler. It's going D tier. Okay, our first monkey that's going D tier, don't get mad at me. It is going D tier, 100% guaranteed. I don't care what you say. I wish I could drag it to the D tier just because I hate that monkey so much. I hate the Beast Handler. But anyways, that is about it. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video that I recorded. I decided to remake it because I saw all the hate that I was getting because, yeah, people didn't like it. So I really hope that this new one is going to be very good and you guys enjoy it as well. Don't forget, Dartling Gunner in A, Beast Handler in D. Comment down below if you agree with this list or if you don't. I think most of you guys will agree with this list now because, like, I actually kind of did it based on how good the monkey actually is. But if you didn't, let me know down below because, like I said, I'm reading every single one of yours. I read every single one of my last tier list video and, yeah, you guys really want to hurt me out there, okay? So if you want to hurt me again, if you guys don't like it, don't forget to comment it down below. But there are some shoutouts I need to give. So, thank you for all being a member on my YouTube channel. So, shout out to AZ Edit, Santiago Delacaros, Handy, Harry Sandu, Deadman Gaming, Cosmo Animation, India James, Nemu Queen HS Design, Dobrin BG, Lex, Ace Tefarius, The Milkman, OK Gift, The Dark Glue, and AE Gaming. I've been talking for so long. I am so tired, guys. I am very sorry. But, you know, I would, you know, like I normally say, go down in the description below and click to become a member today. But you can't. YouTube revoked my AdSense. I had it before. They removed it. So everyone who had a membership is now removed from it. I'm still gonna shout you guys out though, because you guys did pay for it. YouTube is just being a big poopy fart, and they removed it from me. So I'm not making money anymore, but I don't really care about that. I do this because it's fun and I like talking to you guys. But I'm just bummed that I can't, like, that you guys can't, like, you guys obviously spent money on my channel. You guys don't even get the rewards out of it. So I am very sorry for that. Just YouTube is a big poopy fart. Oh, and I just realized here, we'll do this together so there's no cuts right here. I have to go to my channel, YouTube, Curly Fries BTD6. I did a shout out that you have to say something if you want to get shouted out. Did I do it in this video?
Help me out. There's also some other shout outs that I need to get to Animation. Thank you at the end of the video. I said a video a lot this
Wait,
week.
what did I say?
Comment down
what do I have to comment?
monkeys available.
Monkeys available. Okay, let's see if anyone commented monkeys available. No one commented monkeys available. Wow. Well, if you watch to the end of this video, comment monkeys available, and I will literally, like, guarantee shout you out in the next video. That's pretty bummed that no one did it, but I don't care because I literally, like, I really just don't care. Thank you so much for watching. If you have, that's really about it. Hopefully YouTube gives me AdSense again so you guys can get your membership back, but that's about it. I want to go take a shower, go to bed, go to school, then I have to go to work immediately after school, and then have to record another video and edit it. So, yeah, wish me luck, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Later.